Welcome back, everyone, to the Sunday Spotlight. And tonight we're going back to classic Fallout, Mexican style, baby. Now, Fallout is a franchise that doesn't need much introduction. In spite of now several instances of dormancy, divisive, or disastrous installments, it's still somehow alive and kicking, albeit in a heavily mutated form these days. Yeah, happy Cinco de Cuatro, yeah, exactly. Yeah, anyway, nowhere is this more evident that... nowhere is the fact that Fallout is still around more evident than the mod communities, which are thriving for both the modern entries and the original games. Tonight we're looking at Fallout Sonora, a product of Nevada Band Studio, a team of Russian modders who also made Fallout Nevada. Now, Sonora came out in 2020 and is one of the more well-known and well-regarded of Fallout 2 mega mods. It's essentially a whole-ass classic Fallout game. Free to download, it's actually a standalone installation, doesn't appear to require Fallout 2 being installed. It has its own expansion and even custom mods. We're using the... it's always the Russian modders. I know, there's a... how even to put this? The Eastern... there's a weird propensity of Fallout stuff, old Fallout stuff, to come from, from Russian modders and, former Soviet bloc regions. It's... Warlocracy covered this, and it's not entirely clear why, but there's just certain types of fiction that sort of appeal to that post-Soviet state mentality. Feels like home, yeah. But anyway, yes, we're using the extended release, which offers widescreen support, UI scaling, a few other tweaks. It took some hunting to find this, but I actually had an easier time installing this than mods for Fallout 2. Go figure. Anyway, this is set only a few years after the first game, and takes place near the titular Sonoran Desert, which covers both the portion of southwestern United States and northern Mexico. Kind of an underexplored region in the franchise. The first two games were more coastal California, Tactics was the Midwest, 3 and 4 were East Coast, New Vegas, of course, is Nevada. The intro will explain things about where we are and what's going on. Very classic Fallout intro here. Yeah, no one ever cleans up the bodies. Moment, exactly. I think the, I thought there's supposed to be an intro with the, talking about where we are now. Like, hang on a second, let me actually click the intro. Let me see if I can skip past this. Do we have... here we go, yes.
War. War never changes.
Hey, kids, they got Ron Perlman for the narration.
That's what our ancestors always said. They learned it from the countless wars of the past. From
Certified
ancient
real one,
tribes
that man.
to Nazi Germany, humans have always fought to seize each other's resources. Petroleum and uranium were the coveted spoils of the last great wars. In the struggle for these dwindling riches, nations took up arms once again. But this time, the blazing flames of battle couldn't be quenched, and soon the world was plunged into chaos. But war never changes. People knew this, yet the wisdom of time failed the thinkers, while the politicians and generals devised their inhuman plans. Their insatiable ambition spawned a monster which lurked quietly until Judgment Day, And in 2077, the monster broke free. It was a weapon of incredible power, destroying entire cities and leaving only scorched deserts where they once stood. Whole continents were engulfed in flames cast down from the heavens. In less than 2 hours, the world was almost completely destroyed. Only a few survived, finding refuge in underground vaults.
Yeah, about those vaults.
For many years they languished, waiting for the monster outside to settle. When the smoke finally cleared, a new civilization slowly began to rise from the radioactive debris. One of the survivors was your distant ancestor. He gathered the best and brightest, leading them to the Gardens of Eden, a unique haven in the scorched desert where the soil could still yield crops. And so Villa emerged, your home and the home of your close-knit commune. For generations, peace and tranquility reigned here. The commune avoided other communities and successfully repelled the occasional attacks of raiders and mutants who wandered into this sparsely populated area. But the earth has not forgotten the wounds of the past. They say the demon is awakening from its long slumber. If so, then life in Villa is about to change. Forever.
Yeah, that was one of the more divisive elements of Fallout lore. And it's one of those things that doesn't really make a lot of sense the more you think about it. Because, yeah, if it's meant to preserve what's left of the human race, but it's also going to be a massive social experiment, who's collecting the data on these experiments and for what purpose? Like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's interesting stylistically, but it has problems narratively. Anyway, Sonora makes a few changes worth mentioning to character building. We'll be making our own for this, thank you very much. Small guns, they don't really clarify this here, but small guns now encompasses pistols and submachine guns, while big guns are your long arms. I know it doesn't say as such here, but it's straight from the wiki. Shotguns, this encompasses things that are two-handed weapons. Shotguns, rifles, along with the more traditional heavy weapons. The hot-blooded trait over here takes the place of Bloody Mess, which still has the damage perk, and it still has the violent deaths. I don't know if it still has the bonus damage, but it also includes Spanish literacy. Now, there's a fair number of characters in the game that only speak Spanish, so without this, communication will be limited. Villa Traditions also replaces sex appeal and has more of a survival bent in exchange for lesser XP gain. We'll be going with kind of a standard small guns diplomat. A very safe build, but I'm also going to pick this just so we get extra flavor dialogue. We'll tag this, and might as well add in melee weapons. Might as well. We'll lean a little more combat heavy than I usually make these, and I think that should be all right for now. I don't like dropping perception too much, but yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, right. Most important thing. Carlito, your hour has come. Oh, that's the name. It was a sad day when I realized I was too old to be a Fallout protagonist. Not Ambrosius Cousteau. I don't know if that'll actually fit. Let me see. Yep, no, kind of cuts off there. Ah, well. It was the 90s. It was a different time. Anyway, let's get rolling. You return to your home after your village after a long journey, but instead of a warm welcome, you are met with a tense, mournful silence. All right. So, kind of an eerie quiet here in the villa. Not actually seeing anybody around. Oh, there's somebody. Granny Adonisa, Adonesia. I'm gonna mangle some of these pronunciations. So yeah, one distinguishing element of Sonora, despite the content, is the effort that went into it. So you see a lot of traditional elements of the franchise, including the talking heads here. Now, there aren't voices in the game, but the stylistic touches are remarkable and shows there's a high degree of polish throughout the campaign. Like, this looks great for a NPC talking head. Anyway, so you're here. Luck sure smiled on you, being away from home during the toughest times, or maybe it'll end up a curse. Instantly this starts, and I appreciate how much better it looks compared to the modern Fallout games. There's a certain simplicity to the originals that I do kind of like. Now, I did enjoy the modern Fallouts, at least up to 4 to a point, but there's a lot to be said for games that are not trying to overload you in detail. Anyway, toughest times. Please, Grenade Donisa, tell me what's going on. What happened? What's going on? Worried, are you? Not the best trait for decision making. When push comes to shove, you'll have to step up. Just remember, worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but gets you nowhere. So what happened? While you were off gallivanting, strangers came. Nasty folks, like a bad wind. About 10 of them, all armed to the teeth. Our men couldn't hold them off. Those devils took everyone fit for work. Left only the old bones and the young sprouts. Now Villa's fate rests in your hands. You gotta do something, and fast. Right. So what could I possibly do alone? What do you think? Get our folks back. At least your parents. They're caught in the clutches of those devils. It won't be easy. You bet your boots it won't. Here's a piece of wisdom for you, even if it'll ruffle your padre's feathers. Down in the cellars under the town hall, there's a hidden room with a few family heirlooms. Only a few of us old bones know about it. Get down there, find it, take anything useful for your journey. And do it now. Time's ticking away. Alright, every little bit helps right now. Be careful. Cellars are crawling with rats and darker than a Brahmin's backside. Take this lighter, though it's like giving away my right arm. When you find the family heirlooms, head straight for the plaza and find Jose. He knows a bit that ought to help you along your way. So yeah, I got some question here. Yeah, stuff like how they're growing crops and the style the building looks and everything that isn't just haphazardly bolted together from junk, you know? Yeah. Like, that would make more sense in the immediate aftermath of the apocalypse. But if we're talking like 80, 100, 200 years afterward, people would have built up towns. Like proper settlements. They would figure out how to craft materials out of what's available, not just grab... whatever. Anyway, so what exactly happened in the attack? Strangers stormed in like a pack of hungry coyotes without any warning, tied up everyone who could work, and took them east at the first light. Jose knows more. Get the story from him. Did anyone die? There's a real bloodbath in the town hall. Some were killed, others got hurt real bad. You got a weak stomach, best steer clear of there. Alright, what about my parents? They're also taken, so you best hurry before something happens to them. Alright, yeah, this hidden room in the cellars raises some questions. Of course, only us old bones know about the Founder's hidden room. Holds some truly ancient things, and knowledge that not everyone in the villa is supposed to know. Your padre would have taken you there when he thought you were ready. But you always taught us not to use things from the old world. Now it turns out even the Founder broke that taboo? Don't jump to conclusions. The taboo was there to protect you from the dangers of the old world. But not all are dangerous. Some are worth their weight in gold. Right. Let's look around. Alright. So we're going to have to make do with what we find around here. Nope, too early to leave. Okay. So I guess we're supposed to look around in here? Oh, that's the entrance. Got it. Alright, here we go. So you're going to see a lot of custom assets in this game, another distinguishing element. Like this ladder over here, it's reasonably done in style, but you can kind of tell it's a new asset here. They've done a lot of work, and there's a whole new set of NPC models, animations, and such. It's still very much using the old Fallout assets, but you can tell there's a lot of work getting new extra mileage out of them. Yep, damn it. Alright, we got rats here. Alright. Time for everybody's favorite, the tedious opening combat in a Fallout game. And god damn it, alright. We're just gonna have to wear these guys down. You usually have enough action points to kite these things so they don't get a turn in. So long as you have at least... Usually, I think the minimum you need is 3 spaces. But I usually prefer to go about 4. That way they don't, they aren't able to retaliate. Hey, there's one down. Go for the eyes, exactly. Yeah, that was the problem with Fallout. Like, we've talked about this before, but there's even still some dialogue in-game that talks as if the war happened only about 40 years ago, and then for some reason they wanted it set 200 years later. A questionable decision, to put it mildly. Alright. Actually, hang on a second. So yeah, there's also quite a bit of reworking in the inventory. You can see here we have a whole 2-column system, along with ways to sort the items we have. Hey! Really putting 200's technology to use here. Now, I think we can use this to light these things. Hey, alright. Yes! Nice! So yeah, there's a high degree of interactivity. Quite a bit more than you would expect from a classic Fallout. And there were a lot of little interesting things you could do with the environment if you looked around. But this is generally what you get with the more polished fan products, is that they take the elements of the game and usually expand on them, because they have functionally infinite time and a lot more resources. Damn it. Alright. There we go. Alright. Come here, you. Yeah, see, 3 spaces wasn't enough. He still got to attack in. Missed us, thankfully. Come here, you little... we should have kept some cats around the village. Then we wouldn't have this problem. I mean, granted, they probably would have mutated too, but I bet you could domesticate a radioactive cat. Get some, like, Nuka tigers or something. Hey, Eyes! Orange, good to see you both. Settle in! We're just cleaning up a bit of a rat infestation. A classic start to any adventure. They turn out like a cat from Stalker. Yeah, no kidding. That's the thing. If suddenly they are, like, causing hallucinations and drowsiness, then you got a problem. There we go. Nice. Seeing a bit more fluidity to the animations than you usually see. Like, you saw how that rat got knocked back, and it didn't seem like it was... It seemed like it was using more frames to depict that, even though the animation itself was untouched. Alright. Let's keep looking. Gonna have to kill a lot of rats to level up, unfortunately. Usually after you finish your first quest or something. These games, that's when you get some good stuff. Alright. Beautiful, beautiful. Ah! Motherfucker. Ow, okay. Yep. Shit. Alright, they're playing for keeps. We're gonna have to retreat from the rats. That's it. Duck and weave. Come on, Carlito. You gotta start your grand adventure somehow. There we are. I'm liking the soundtrack. It's very atmospheric. The artist is credited as Nobody's Nail Machine, and they're about as close as you can get to Mark Morgan without actually getting Mark Morgan. Very strong ambience. They also did some of the music for Fallout Nevada. Grab that other knife, we'll be able to sell that. Too early to leave. Huh. Alright, so we can't really go anywhere just yet. So I think we need to head to a specific location. In fact... Ah, we are wearing the Pip-Boy. Awesome! We're the best at adventuring. Alright. Come here, you. The transparency sometimes is an issue, where if you are standing behind an object that is meant to be interactable, the game kind of fades it out so they can still see your character, but that sometimes makes the objects impossible to interact with. There we go. Yeah, you must gather your guns before venturing forth, quite. Yeah, you can see everything on the whole does kind of move quicker. There's no animation for holstering or switching items. You just kind of instantly switch, pop over. And that's kind of the thing about old Fallout that can take some difficulty for people getting into these days. If it's literally your first exposure to... If you're more familiar with the modern entries, it is tricky to convince someone to get into this series. You sort of have to gauge their understanding of older RPGs in general and how they're paced and what they expect of the player. It's not impossible. I've actually had friends that cut their teeth on the modern Fallouts and then went back and played and liked the originals. But it is definitely an ask to get someone to try something from a different era. There are certain elements of play that we learned that we had time to learn and made it an easier entry point than it would be for someone trying to play it now. Good question. Let me try. I think we are meant to do something here. I'm just not sure what. Because this seems to move. Those are not so ordinary. Can we whack them? Huh. Can we lockpick this? Damn. Yeah, I can see there's someone there. From the looks of it, that's the only way into the room. Let's look around. There might be a way to get this open. Roundhouse kicked them. Well, that was an element of the original Wasteland. The original Wasteland, which Fallout was sort of a spiritual successor to. You could actually use your primary statistics in interactions with objects. Yeah, no, we already tried that. And it would basically be a contest of that statistic as opposed to the relevant skill. Not always successful, but there were instances where you could, like, use strength to force a door open, or use charisma instead of a dedicated speech skill to talk to someone. Alright, so we can't go back up the way we came, so there's something we gotta do down here. Let's look around. Bags of spoiled supplies. Oh, wait, here we go. Aha! What do we got here? Cornmeal. Contains of strange foreign debris. Oh, that is a fruit. A mutt fruit, apparently. Unusual fruit, no preservatives or dyes. Okay, so it's not... It uses the sprite for the mutated fruit, but it appears to be just a normal fruit. Possibly. There's always a risk of making it a little too unclear when you have one of the first things the player does be solve a puzzle. Okay, maybe if we lockpick this. Hey, alright. Might be a tutorial door. Not exactly sure what I lockpicked it with, but whatever. Too early to leave. Hey! Use the knife to pry it open. Oh! Okay. So this is the shelf that moves, but we need to do something with it. Alright. Let's see. Do we whack it? Let's see. Do we repair it? Looks like you can get inside now. Oh! Okay. There's probably a couple ways to do this, and maybe that's just one of them. But alright. Lesson learned. Just try stuff. Alright, there's a fella right there. Let's save now that we're past that. Oop. Just in case, you know? Alright, let's light up down here. We want to be able to see things if you got a rumble going. Alright, you see a ragged, dirty raider. He looks wounded and exhausted. Hey, you! Kiss your ass goodbye, you stupid peasant. I'll defend myself if you come at me. Alright, homeboy wants this, we're going for it. Alright. What are our odds on a called shot? Not great. You only have a 1 in 3 chance of hitting him in the groin. Could go for the arms or legs. That would help a little. But, yeah, we'll probably want to keep it simple for now. Alright. Alright. If the enemy initiates combat, sometimes you get back-to-back turns as the game kind of catches up. Alright. So we can kite him. We'll need to spend all our movement points to do it. That's alright. We got the advantage here. Yeah, if only we could dual wield the knives, right? Ah, god damn it. Critically missed and hit randomly. There we go. My first kill. Strange feeling. I kinda like it. Alright. Of course, all he has is some rocks. Outstanding. Sterling start to our adventure, Carlito. Alright, let's look around. Anything in here? Just some moldy old boxes from the look of it. What's here? Ooh, alright. An old computer. What is this doing here? Study the object, you should use scientific methods. Alright, so this is all about teaching you to use skills and such. It's kind of irrespective of your build. Although we probably could have talked our way out of that. Padre never told me. Sold that parts are rusted solid. Hasn't been used for at least 40 years. Not surprising for the villa. Oh, damn it. Spilled a little bit of coffee, one sec. But yeah, getting the sense that this game is going to involve more investigation and sort of deducing what the map, what is the puzzle for the location? What does the game want you to do? Alright, so... do we get anything else from that? Awaken its machine spirit. Yeah, no kidding. Someone call the tech priest. It's time. Alright. I know the obvious point of interest there, but damn it, my OCD requires me to turn these things on. Surveillance monitors. Doesn't work, and it never will. I actually got experience for that, too. Interesting. So yeah, all this is teaching me of the importance of looking around and poking at things. Family heirlooms, huh? Blue jumpsuit, wrist computer, and water flask. Passed down through your family in generations, and now yours. Alright. Oh, don't use burst. Burst forbidden. Oh, I think there are party commands that we have access to. That was a mod that was part of the expanded Fallout Restoration mod in Fallout 2, and appears to be the case here, where you can give you can give group orders with the push of a button, have things like everybody stack up or spread out, or limit the use of burst attacks and such. Those would have fallen too. You do have the fighting log set on verbose from the options. There's some funny shit hidden in them. I'll take a look at it. Hey, Mescon with 312, welcome to the chat. Let's see. Combat messages, verbose. Yes, excellent. But yeah, welcome to the channel. First time playing Sonora. Long-time fan of the franchise. Actually just completed another run of Fallout 2 not too long ago. But yeah, good to have you here. How's it going tonight? Hey, alright. Nice, so we got the jumpsuit. No number, though. Interesting. And we leveled up. Alright. Time to put some points in the primaries. We'll just say... early game points, you want to stick to some fundamentals, things that will make your life a little bit easier, until you get a feel for the game, and then you can start exploring some of the more exotic builds. Exactly, you gotta have the jumpsuit. It's mandatory. It's the look of the future, which is now the past. Alright, so now we get to actually examine the villa proper. Alright, what do we got here? Raiders. Think they broke my ribs. Oh boy. Doctor is not our specialty, so, I'm gonna guess that this is about when the game stops letting me win everything just by trying, so we should probably be careful. Wasteland gum, huh? Mature leaves of a rare wasteland plant. Many travelers value them as a rich source of micronutrients, and city dwellers value them as a way to get pleasure. Aha. You have the feeling we probably shouldn't grab just anything. We should focus on what we can actually make use of. Like, oh, hello. 10mm bullets. This we can use. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary, just a wall with bullet holes in them. Alright. I'll take these. Notice that we only had a few, we're only collecting small amounts of ammo here. And also you saw that we went right through that door without having to click through it or open it. Like, here, let's do this. That's definitely a nice little change. So again, you're seeing a lot of cool quality of life tweaks in this game that make it more of a smooth experience than you might remember. Alright, howdy, Jose. Oh, alright, that's the guy we were told to go talk to. He's probably gonna be plot related, so you know what, I'm gonna look around a little bit further. Alright. Alright. Ceramics, simple vessel made of clay. Such things are valued in many settlements, so that's probably vendor trash. Although it's hard to say what is going to be important. This is probably the town hall. Let's take a look. Town hall is ransacked and looted. There's signs of struggle everywhere. God damn. Alright, this is a corpse of one of your fellow villager. Nowhere to bury him. Heh. Alright. So yeah, they're doing a nice job with the setup so far. Like, there's a sense that this is going to be the simple start to a much more complicated adventure, and we are just seeing kind of the very narrow edge of the conflict finally hitting our sleepy little town. Oh, I thought those raiders got you too. Glad to see someone made it. Tell me about the raid. Those raiders came out of nowhere, surrounded us and trapped everyone. Folks hid in their homes, but they didn't stand a chance. It was the worst for those hiding in the town hall. It was a bloodbath in there. Why did the raiders touch you? They figured I wasn't worth it. Probably too scrawny or something. Something doesn't add up, Chris. I just hid in the cellars. Stayed there till it was over. Aha. Well, you know, I can't say I blame you entirely. I mean, he doesn't know this is a video game. He doesn't know that he has an even chance of actually hitting someone in a fight. Anyway, yeah. What you should be worried about now is how our people will deal with you when you return. I'll leave you for now. Yeah, I feel like I'm not really in a position to cast judgments. I mean, I was away when all this happened. It's easy for me to talk tough. Go ahead, Ivory. Get comfy and get some food. Alright, some ceramics. Anything upstairs? Nope, we got more rats. I see that book. Is that a skill book? See, surviving books of the pre-war era. Most consider it a means to light a fire, and only a few will see it as the most valuable source of ancient knowledge. I mean, it depends on the content, really. Alright, down he goes. Yeah, it's interesting, because I talked about this in the introduction, but Fallout is weirdly durable despite the number of times it has gone into hiatus, changed drastically, or had outright disasters happen in the franchise. I figure if it can survive both the demise of Interplay and the debacle that Fallout 76 initially was, I think it can survive anything. It's gonna be with us for a while yet. But yeah, it's kind of interesting seeing the arc of the series and the what people's entry points is and what their understanding of the rest of the franchise is. Let's see. Anything useful here? Hangar key. A key that opens the hangar gate at Villa Plantation. This might be useful. Wait a minute. That looks kind of like a gun on the table there. Raiders stuff. More ammo. You know what, I'll take this knife. Swill, huh? A diluted low-alcohol quality drink. Its composition and origin can no longer be determined. Effects, -1 perception, -1 intelligence. And played games despite close friends being huge fans. Yeah. Well, the thing is, they're all very large. They're all very large adventures. I mean, the very first Fallout is a more streamlined experience. It might actually be a not bad entry point if you can get past the kind of old game jank and the fact that there are elements of the gameplay and interface that are dated and difficult to endure these days. But I think it is the most focused of the games, and it's the most concise with its storytelling and world building. Yeah, +1 coolness, electrochemistry, hell yeah. But yeah, if you want a relatively straightforward modern game to get into, Fallout New Vegas would be a good start. Let's see. Carlito, you weren't taken. Thank God. The raiders took half the village. I can see that. You have anything useful to say? Don't worry, I'm gonna get them back. I'm awesome McCool guy. I had my first kill earlier, and it took me like 10 minutes of running in place. I'm totally prepared to take on a band of raiders. How are the kids? Yeah. Like, I enjoy the modern Fallouts from 3 to 3 New Vegas and 4. I would recommend at least 3 in New Vegas, and I understand there are some divisive opinions about the modern ones, but New Vegas is the one generally regarded as quality by most fans of the series. Anyway, but yeah, I would absolutely recommend the older ones as well if you can get into the old UI jank, or if you're willing to roll up your sleeves and get the reach into the modding community to iron out some things. Let's see, is there anything I can do to help? Eden was so scared after losing his parents that he ran away and is now hiding somewhere. Can't leave the other children to look for him. Can you? Where should I start looking? He could be anywhere. Does he still have a favorite hiding place? Well, I remember he set up his base in the shacks and the plantations. Alright. Let me about the raid. I don't want to think about that nightmare. Strangers stormed in, beat our husband, smashed the doors and windows. I was too scared to even move. The kids still haven't recovered. Alright. Sit tight, I go see if I can find Eden. Yeah, it's a strange game due to its unique structure. Fallout 2 more or less defined the shape of what for 2 decades was considered the core CRPG formula. Yeah. Like, Fallout throws you right into the adventure. You're kicked out of the vault to go find the water chip, and you're fighting rats in the cave, and then you go out into the world right there. And you have the whole world laying out in front of you. Whereas Fallout 2 definitely has more of a more of a lead-up process in getting you acclimated to the adventure. You got the tutorial dungeon, which is a bit naff, it must be said. You've got the starter village with the early game quests. And even your first couple of towns aren't really plot-related so much as just having the first leg of your adventure be... Like, you go to Klamath to find Vic, you find out he went to the den, you find Vic in the den, he points you to Vault City, that kind of thing, but they're not super related to what's going on, whereas you're always specifically looking for... In the first game, you're always specifically looking for a replacement water chip, and you're going to places that might logically have it. Like, your first destination is a vault, and you kind of stumble across shady sands along the way, that kind of thing. So yeah, 1 is surprisingly focused, whereas 2 is more what you would expect from a relatively open RPG. Let's see. Is there a way into this building? Doesn't look like it. I think we gotta open this up. Alright. Shit. Okay. I see that. So we gotta be careful. So someone trapped the hell out of this place. And you know, it's rare when you... It's rare when these games get a lot of mileage out of the trap skill. But again, I get the feeling the Sonora devs specifically wanted to make exotic builds a bit more interesting and viable. It's funny how much Baldur's Gate mirrors this. By the way, those games were made under the influence of the Interplay Black Isle. BG1 is a super experimental game with a strange and unique structure, while BG2 was a formula defining. Yeah, that was another case where there is a significant change between... there's a significant change in progression from one game to the next, and... oh, goddamn, they're everywhere. One delivers a much, somewhat more focused experience, whereas BG1 just takes the guardrails off as soon as you leave Candlekeep. And you can free to go anywhere, even wander off into the woods and die, basically. Okay, shelves are badly damaged, but I can still fix them. I don't know why I'd do that. Baldur's Gate is 100% the kind of game where your party of rookie adventurers might die, and probably will die, to an angry bear. Alright, I think I go this way. Got here. Oh, more raiders. Alright, I think Eden's gonna be in there. Oh, goddamn. Actually, hang on a second. I've got a funny idea here. Excuse me, Mr. Raider people. Hey, you a local? Think you can tell us where the keys to this hangar are? What do you want with the hangar? We know there's a lot of cornmeal there. This is the only hangar that was not looted. So get the keys, get us some cornmeal, and we'll leave without hurting anyone. Cornmeal is that valuable to you? Don't you know anything about the wasteland? There are barren lands all around, and only you peasants manage to grow crops. They see you fertilize the earth with human blood. You know what? I don't care. Just give us the cornmeal and we'll leave. Got it? So yeah, strong indications that our ancestor used a Garden of Eden creation kit to get this settlement going. That's why we're able to grow here. So you weren't part of the raid? No, we knew the raid was going down, so we came to collect what was left. Don't want to let all this valuable food go to waste. There's some options here. The villa's already out to lynch you, you know? Pitchforks are already being handed out in the plaza. I know, we could try bullshitting these guys. In fact, I think we will. You're bluffing. There's only children and old folk left in the village. Who are we supposed to be afraid of? Let's see. Old people and children. When they gather in a crowd, things could get ugly. Damn it, I told you they weren't all taken. Okay, let's get out of here. Hey, off they go. Kick ass. The speech skill in this game is fun. It's basically the Jedi mind trick. Alright. Alright, hey kiddo. Relax, I'm a completely different guy with a knife. Hey! Valuable starting items. Less so the rope. That was a thing in the first game, not so much in the second game. But you always want a shovel on hand. You never know when you're going to have to go grave robbing. Or just dig something up. Alright. Come on, kid. I know you're here somewhere. I do kind of appreciate the investigative bent this is starting with. Because we have the immediate problem of getting our people back. And, you know, figuring out why we were attacked in the first place. I mean, obviously they're after food. But what's the situation like that people out there are desperate enough to attack? Alright. Come on, kid. We gotta get to a more interesting settlement. I tagged small guns for a reason. Alright. Alright, we got angry doggos. Alright. Here we go. Same rules apply. Keep ahead of them and you can kite them indefinitely. Almost. All in. Let's finish it. There we go. Beautiful. I'm not a savage. That's the Fallout 2 protagonist. Hey, here we go. Notice that wasn't a critical hit, that was just a knockback. It's possible the game either doesn't call them critical hits, or it's just a random property in melee combat. Again, there are a lot of interesting little under-the-hood tweaks. That can... Hey, here we go. Yeah, that can change a great deal about how the game plays in minute-to-minute combat. Hey, don't you know it's dangerous to walk around here alone? Hey, look, I have a juicy mutt fruit. You're probably hungry, right? Yeah, kid, want some candy? Ah, looks like Eden's now ready to follow you. Great, follow me. Alright. Bribe the child. Come on, kid, you're about to become experienced. And for once, I don't mean that as a euphemism for killing. Fun fact, Baldur's Gate wasn't supposed to be an RPG nor D&D. It was originally made to be a Magic and Mayhem style RTS called Battleground Infinity, which is where the name of the engine comes from. Fallout 1 devs influenced BioWare to change focus of the game. Interesting. As you can see, Eden is back. He might have been dead. He might have died without your help. Now it's my turn to take care of him. Thank you so much. Come on, we're kidding. Good to have you. Oh yes, the children found this. Looks like one of the raiders dropped it. Take it. Maybe it'll help you. Brass knuckles? Sweet. Not quite appropriate for my build, but I can always use stuff to sell. Yeah, well, I think we haven't really had any of the really graphic kills yet. We'll need some proper hardware for that. That's usually where the more exotic descriptions there. That's usually where the more exotic descriptions in the text go. All right, I think we've done all we can here. Let's head back to Jose. But yeah, that is interesting about Baldur's Gate. It kind of explains a few things. Like, famously, the characters didn't really have a lot of... your recruitable party members, they didn't really have a lot of dialogue after their initial recruitment and possible character quests. Like, they weren't really intended to be personalities, and then the second game kind of built on that due to the popularity of the likes of Minsk and such. So yeah, if it was meant to just be more of a tactical RPG or just kind of a... Yeah, that would actually explain a few things. Perception of BioWare's role in CRPG history is like 90% the game developer equivalent of stolen valor. Ouch. Harsh, but not unfair. Anyway. My dear friend, I'm so glad fate left you with us. Aye, those cursed raiders. You're lucky you weren't here. So I think this might be an indication that the Spanish literacy is allowing us to hear them untranslated. Anyway, Uncle Jose, tell me what happened. Those devils swarmed us when we least expected. Some were grabbed right away, while others managed to hide in their homes. Your padre and the men took cover in the town hall. They had to be dragged out by force. The gunfight was no joke. Bodies are still lying around, no one to bury them. Tell me more. Then they rounded up everyone in the plaza. They sized each person up like they were bags of corn. The strong ones were taken aside, the rest were driven back to their homes and locked up. The raiders didn't go to sleep. They looted the villa and drank half the night. In the morning, they took our people and headed east into the wastelands. It's been quiet since then. We're just licking our wounds. Who were these guys? They were a mixed bunch from all over. I recognize a few from Garage City, but most were strangers. You said they went east. Anywhere specific? I only know of Garage City in that direction. The raiders will probably stop there for the night. Why did they take our people? Well, they didn't share their plans with old Jose. You know what? They likely put our people to work. Don't know where or why, though. My parents? Sorry, but they took them. Only the old folks and the kids were left behind. Alright, guess it's time for me to deal with this. Now, that's the spirit of a true valiente guerrero. I'm gonna be mangling a few of these words. I do apologize. What do you do? What will you do now? Start tracking the raiders? They're long gone. Alright, what do you think? Well, first head to Garage City. It's a nasty place, but the raiders will definitely pass by. Ask the locals. Their tongues will loosen up when you grease them a little. You know, booze. But be careful with these folks. They'd sell their own mother for profit. Here, take some fruits and cornmeal for the road. For things like these, they'll tell you something. Thanks, Jose. Don't mention it. Raiders took everything they could find. I'm giving you my last. Use it wisely. Party system in BG1 is very unique, and the characters being very simple is probably for the best. Yeah, it's a game with extensive permadeath mechanics and systemic intra-party conflict. Yeah. The point of the game is you can't bring everyone along, and you have to make permanent choices about who to bring and how you manage the party composition. That is something I absolutely miss. Like, I mostly... like, up through the tail end of Mass Effect, I've enjoyed the collections of characters that Bioware games have usually brought with, but I do think it's a bit... It's a bit... It loses something when it requires you or encourages you to hire everybody. It doesn't really require that you think about who you're bringing along. It's basically just, we made this character, and we're going to ensure that you experience them. I find that's kind of a shame. Anyway, on to Garage City. Son of a bitch. Alright, we got giant ants. Ow, got greedy. Alright, on to Garage City. Yeah, old Fallout is something I do kind of have to be in the right mood to play, but there's something to the progression I still kind of like. It feels a little more meaningful when you level up in these games. I believe there was actually a design document for this game, and they talked rather extensively about what they wanted the focus of the game to be. The important elements of play, the emphasis on using your skills more often, on investigating and determining what to do from context. It's really fascinating, and I'm actually... You can tell that the translation... You can tell that it was translated from a foreign language. It has that quality to the text. But for the most part, I think it's actually rather strong. And so far, the dialogue trees have provided extra information without drowning you in information. Classic Fallout 2 level up sound and message ringtone on my phone for decades. Yeah. Some of those old sounds just stick with you. Especially if you grew up playing these games. There are certain elements of it that just push happy buttons in the brain. For nostalgia purposes, basically. Anyway. Think about making some of the Disco Elysium my phone sounds. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, like the skill sounds, basically. So, stranger, what's your business at this town? Let's see. I'm looking for my people. They were captured and taken in this direction. I don't know shit about that. I see. So, can I pass? Hang on, show me your hands. What for? Just show your hands. Okay, fine. Looks like you're okay. Come on in. Can you explain what that was all about? Routine check. All jackals have this sickness, and we don't need it. Shaking hands, stuttering. Maybe some natural condition? How should I know? Not even gonna talk to them. Just put a bullet in their head, and that'll be the end of it. Alright. Well, no worries then. I'm not one of these jackals. Alright. So yeah, you approach the gates of Garage City. The scent of rust and rubber fills the air. That's another thing I miss. Having descriptive text to accompany certain events in the game and arriving in places and encountering situations. It adds a little bit of literary flavor, even if the game is predominantly still visual. Engages with the animation. It engages with the imagination a bit more. Anyway, time to sniff around and start asking some questions. This looks like an inn. Yeah, a motel. Here we go. See a balding man in a shabby jacket. He peers at you suspiciously through the gloom of the stuffy motel lobby. How can I help you? I'm looking for a slave convoy that passed by the city. Do you know anything about this? I know to be careful with these guys. Why do you ask? I'm tracking this convoy. Do you know where they went? Yeah, a bit flavor, like from a book, exactly. Look, my memory tends to improve with the sound of 100 caps. Right. Yeah, I don't have that right now. Alright. Let's see if we can find a store, at least. We'll try to sell some stuff. Understanding the player is illiterate and cannot be trusted to read. They probably do think that. Anyway, time to do the Fallout thing of looking around for containers to loot in our first town. I was a little leery about picking up stuff from the villa, but all bets are off with someone else's place. Although sometimes some NPCs in the older games did actually watch certain containers that were flagged as owned. Wasn't always obvious, but I get the feeling this lady's gonna protest if we open that up. Let's find out. Do you always break into other people's houses without invitation? It doesn't matter, I can't help you anyway. Okay. Yep, it's definitely gonna be that kind of game. I just wanted to ask about the city. Why should I talk to you? I don't see the point in this. Just wasting breath and empty talk. Okay, fine. Have it your way. Never mind. Actually, hang on a second. She's annoyed at us breaking and entering. Does she try to stop us? God damn it. Okay, she does. Alright, fair enough. You, random townie, exposit to me. You better leave. There's no room for new settlers here. Auto parts, huh? There's gotta be a store around here. Maybe we can trade things at the bar. Entering the club, you attract a lot of attention. Visitors eye you suspiciously and soon return to their business. Yeah, getting that vibe from this place. As you approach the bar, you notice the wariness in the eyes of the bartender and the surrounding patrons. What do you want? Let's see. Get the feeling that just asking everybody... I'm looking for some slavers, yes. Suddenly it's Shenmue. Just want to take a look. Your establishment is interesting. Raises one eyebrow, then goes back to his daily routine, cleaning the bar counter of some stains. This is a bar. I hope you know what bar means. Right. I think I'll just stick around a bit. Let's see. Can you tell me a bit about the city? Either order something or bother someone else. Right. Hint taken. Might as well ask. I'm pursuing a slave convoy. You know anything about this? I don't know nothing. How about a glass of something strong? You must know something. Listen, I don't want any problems with Mr. Kogan. He did business with those slave owners, so talk to him. Hey, alright, so we got a clue. It's a bar, you bumpkin. Where's the old gal with the huge trunk? I'm talking about Chrysalis. Yeah, no kidding. Give me a lady who's got some chrome. Let's see. Don't worry, I won't cause any problems with Kogan. Tell that to someone else, just don't get me involved. What do you sell? Is there the best alcohol you can find? What do you think about it? Can we barter with this man? We can. Sweet. Alright. You're the closest thing to a trader I can find, so I'm gonna sell you some random shit. Jose did give us some of this to sell. Oh, hang on a second. Oh, damn, we can actually move this around. Check it out. Awesome. I don't know if that was a feature in the originals. I feel like it wasn't. We are truly living in the future. Alright, take it easy, Octal. Thanks for coming, man. Alright, who doesn't really have that much? We don't really have that much to sell, so what we'll do, we'll trade for the money. Nice, exactly 128 caps. Beautiful. Alright. Hey, scruffy little hicks don't usually stop in Garage City. Ooh, man, we could we could lean into this and start a fight, or finish a fight, or we can just leave. I feel like this is a good situation that we want to just walk on out of here. Life here seems too fast for hicks like him. You probably thought you could keep up with it, huh? I don't know. I'm having second thoughts about this. I think I need to clean this guy's clock. Fuck off. I don't have time for this nonsense. Purses his lip with contempt and hatred. That kind of backtalk in this city can get you a pipe to the head. I'll forget what I heard if you get me a drink. I'm not buying someone a drink for nothing. Something tells me there's gonna be some reactivity. What's wrong with you? Don't like our company? Listen, I really have to go. It's very important. Yeah, all these shiny new inventory buttons. Yeah, there's a lot of really nice quality of life tweaks here that make it feel a little bit more contemporary. Hey everyone, someone has important business here. I want to save my people. Ooh, noble peasant. Okay, that's it. Alright, you know what? Fuck this. Let's dance. Alright, homeboy, you want to go? Let's go. Knife to the balls, motherfucker. Larry, huh? Oh yeah, now we go for the eyes. Damn it! Actually, hang on a second. I think we made our point here. We stabbed the man in the balls, we're just gonna take his stuff and leave. We'll let him live from this and learn from this experience. Alright. So, the slavers dealt with a guy named Kogan. Probably a person of some note in this town. Let's see... what do we got here? Small hydroponic farm made from an old tub. Not a bad idea. That's a clever use of the old sprite. Alright, is there anybody here? Doesn't look like it. Good. That means we can take stuff. Sweet! Hey! Dry powder for removing dirt. It's even capable of washing away centuries-old muck. And a doctor's bag. Screw it. If people are gonna give me shit just for going on my important quest, then all bets are off. Larry has now been named to No Balls Larry, yeah. Larry, more like nary. As in nary a thing betwixt the thighs. Hoocha! Hey, a scorpion tail. First time in a big city? So just passing through, that's good. Yeah. I'm getting the feeling they aren't like keen to strangers around here. There's an outhouse. Larvae. Huge fly-like insect larvae bred inside a corpse. For a wasteland dweller, this is a real protein feast. God damn. Okay, so that gives us health. Thank you, no, I'm not that desperate yet. Alright. What do you want, stranger? What's the attitude? We're not used to sissies here, sorry. Why? Looks like you've had a lot of practice. Bye, wuss. Alright, I'm getting the feeling I'm gonna need to assert myself more here in town. I think I need to finish the job. I used to have balls like you, then I took a combat knife to the crotch. Alright, so walking into random houses isn't getting us where we want to go. This looks important, however. Alright. Alright. Let's see... what would be a good save name? Doctor the Knife. There we go. Yeah, it's a nice little touch. Again, they're doing good work with the mix of standard Fallout sprites and tile sets, and adding original flair to them. Like, there's a ton of custom work going on here, and they're making the most of the mix of old and new stuff here to make it feel a little more interesting, and not just a Junktown rehash. Let's see, who are you guys? Get someone else, huh? Do you have anything in here? Yeah, I'm liking it so far. Good music, too. Alright, are you gonna protest if I loot this? No, but tire sandals. A pair of homemade sandals made from old tires. Better than nothing. Yeah. Thank you, no, you can have your tire shoes. Alright, then I'm gonna double back and check the garage. Actually, is Larry back up? Hey, Larry! Alright, you know what? We need to finish the job here. Larry clearly did not get the message from the first ball he lost. Let's go for the other one. Ooh, alright. Critically hit for 2 hit points. Oh no. There we go. Got the other one. Shifty little fucker. Alright, let's finish this. Alright. Despite being turned into a eunuch, Larry's still got quite a bit of fight to him. Alright, now he's wandering off. He's running off. Good. Hey, he is running away. Alright. You know what? Let's let him. Now I think he learned his lesson. Oh god, here we go. Gonna get rowdy, go outside. I don't need any drunken fights here. He brought it on himself. I don't care which one of you started the fight. Just watch yourself and don't make trouble while you're here. Don't worry, it won't happen again. Right. Yeah, just keep running, Larry. I'm gonna get a gun eventually. Yeah. Did he just come back, notice you're still there, and run off again? Yeah. I think he's programmed to, like, walk back to his, normal position, but he's also programmed to, like, run off now that he's officially lost the fight. That's actually some pretty good reactivity there. Okay. Now I can't leave combat, however. This is a problem. Alright, I think what I gotta do is exit from this side. Force combat to exit, no, to quit. Larry can go back to hiding out at the bar, nursing his poor abused groin, and I can get on with my day. Everybody walks away a winner, except Larry. Oh, salute, compañeros. New to the city? The city? Again, I do not speak Spanish. I do apologize for mispronunciation. Why not, senor? You have everything a city needs. Bar, hotel, housing, work. Stick around, you'll see for yourself. Larry walks away missing a wiener. Yeah. I cut you down to a stump, I'll cut the rest of it if you bother me again. Let's see. Name is Pedro Fuerte, or just Pete. Nice to meet you, Pedro. Likewise, amigo. Garage doors are always open to good folks. How can I help? Finally, someone reasonably friendly here. Let's see. What is this place? This is Mr. Kogan's garage, headquarters of the scavenger cartel. We recycle waste from the ruins, the useful stuff goes out with the caravans, and the rest, well, it gets sorted out. Need parts or wires? We can trade. Okay, tell me about your work. I'm a mechanic, sir. I recycle what the scavengers bring in. Fix it if needed, and get it ready for shipping. What does the boss think about you? He appreciates my work. I'm his main assistant when dealing with the scavengers. Alright. Let's see. Who are the scavengers? Well, they're scavengers. They dig up useful stuff in the local ruins, remnants of the old world. Then they bring these things here for processing and get paid in caps. Scavengers are divided into clans, all working under contract with the cartel. Can someone trade on the side? Oh, Mr. Kogan doesn't like that. And if not him, then the other scavengers won't take kindly to that. Folk like that don't last here too long. Where does all the stuff go? Wherever the caravans comes from, that's where it goes. Everyone needs the stuff we dig up these days. Alright. Let's see. What are you trading? Let's see. Can't offer everything. Top trader. Alright, what are these? Bottle caps? Well, yes, we use them as money since the Great War. You didn't know? That's very strange. Everyone's used to it, and it's convenient. Just be careful. Someone started minting their own caps. It's bad because if there are too many caps, they'll lose value. I'll bet our culprit will be someone who has caps to spare. Comprende, amigo? Yeah, I understand. Been trying to track down this pendejo for a long time. If you find out who's minting fake caps, let me know. Will do. Interesting. Alright, so we got a quest there. Alright, not yet. Let's see. Alright. This looks like it's Mr. Kogan. Let's give him a... Let's, chat. And, see what we can learn about our people. You see a very well-fed man in a worn business suit, looking out of place against the background of the surrounding ruins. When he sees you, he turns away from some device and removes the headphones connected to it. Are you in charge here? Puts down the headphones and presses some buttons on the device, then points to it. This is an old tape player. Before the Great War. Before the Great War, these were produced by the famous Watts Electronics Company. The model wasn't the most high-end, but it was well made, evidenced by its survival to this day. This is why I love old things. Our ancestors made many mistakes, but they knew how to make tape players. Back then, many factories, producing many different devices, tools, and machines, operated throughout Arizona. Now they're all gone. Yeah, the world's definitely lost a lot. I would have thought you disagreed. Thought neither you nor I have much power to bring the past back, anyway. So, what's on your mind, boy? I'm here because someone enslaved the villagers of Villa and took them in this direction. Nobody likes the routine messed up. I hate when ruins are scavenged dry, and we gotta hunt for new spots, which makes my crew real jittery. I got a few dozen scavengers under my command, and deals with other groups across Arizona and beyond. Villa's got it easy compared to us. People keep popping out kids, but scrap? That stuff doesn't grow back. You folks don't get it. Your world's just your little village. We scavengers, we keep southern Arizona running with what we dig up. No one but you village folk care about what happens to Villa. Okay. Yeah, you seem to be enjoying my Villa's tragedy. Enjoying? No. But when we needed help in times of famine, you profited from this by demanding higher prices from us. How does it feel to be on the receiving end? So you don't deny your involvement. Me? Certainly not. This was the undertaking of another, more powerful organization. We were merely a waypoint in their journey. If I were you, I'd forget all this, return to my empty house, and start afresh. You think it's that simple? There's no other way for you. However, you can stay here and work as a scavenger if you like. What do you say? Mr. Kogan, Mr. Kogan! Oh god, is that Larry? Fuck, Larry, why the hell are you barging in my office? Oh shit, it is Larry! Mr. Kogan, in the dorm, there's a serious problem. Yeah, some guy walked into the bar and cut my dick off. But also we have another problem. More serious, I don't understand the reason for the fight. I just ran straight here. So go and figure it out, idiot! These scavengers get real nasty when they're drunk. Listen, if you're planning to stick around, you'll need my protection. Here's a chance to prove your worth. Are you suggesting I deal with the workers? Go to the dorm and find out what happened there. I don't need any more problems around here. Why should I get involved? My goodwill isn't enough? Don't forget that I know everything about your enemies. More than anyone in Garage City. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Oh yeah, I didn't introduce myself. Carl Kogan. I run things around here. Now get to work. Interesting. Alright, something tells me we haven't seen the last of Larry, and we're running out of things to cut off him, too. But it's the closest thing to a lead we've got for now, so let's see what we can do. I believe these were the worker dorms. Let's see... What do you want? If it's an iguana, you can forget it. Barely have enough to eat myself. Oh, we can give a guy a cap. Why not? We could use a little karma for this town. Here, take this. There would be something to buy in this city, but thanks for the cap. Yeah, again, you can tell it's a translation from Russian. And some of the dialogue is a little spotty in places, but overall it's a pretty strong... overall it still has a good amount of flavor to it in English. Anyway, who are you? My name is Carmelo, I live here. You worked as a scavenger too? Yeah, I had a good nose for useful things. After all, even a handful of junk can be useful. But the mines run dry, so now I hunt lizards instead of salvaging old scraps. Yeah, just tell him that if he insists, you can start carving him up thin, like some fine iguana pastrami. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you know, I hear tell it tastes like chicken. Good time to find out. Let's see. What are you doing here? Right, yeah. You work as a scavenger? Alright, no, we talked about that. Let's see. Tell me about this mine. What's there to tell? No one lived in these parts before. When the cartel opened, crowds of scavengers flocked here. What does the cartel do? Buys finds from other scavengers, fixes them up, and takes them to auction in other cities. Who are they? Scavengers, looters, whatever you want to call them. They dig up useful items from the ruins and take them to the garage for recycling. Many come here hoping to earn a mountain of caps and leave for better settlements. More often than not, this is their last stop. Alright. Tell me, did a slave convoy pass through here? Yeah, there was one, but I gave it a wide berth to avoid crossing paths with such dangerous folks. Do you know where they were heading? Somewhere to the east. Never been to those parts. Alright. Alright. Thanks, man. Alright, so we got us a situation here. Let us save. Getting on the hour-and-a-half mark. We'll be wrapping up shortly, but let's see where this goes. Okay. Alright, Trayvon, good. We can talk to you. Alright. Tense scene unfolds before you. Crowd of scavengers has surrounded a couple of other scavengers and about to beat them up, but your appearance disrupts their plans. Who are you? Mr. Kogan sent me. What's going on? What the hell's going on here? We're about to teach Lucas's boys a lesson. These fucking runs think a little too highly of themselves. Excuse me. Stealing our shit and working our turf. Aren't you all in the same group? We're all part of Mr. Kogan's cartel, but each clan has its own territory. We towed the line. Lucas's people crossed it. So what exactly did they do? They stole the decoder that Mr. Kogan entrusted to us. Then they fled the city. We caught these two fuckers, and now they'll face the music. Are you sure killing them is worth it? You're all from the same city and the same group. Sure it is. Our city's dying. The ruins and old factories in the north are all we got. But Lucas won't share. He'll take everything for himself. We gotta do something. Why let them go? Why spill more blood? What, let them go so they can join up with Lucas? That's stupid. Calm down. 2 lives on your conscience won't change the situation with Lucas. Yeah, so we're trying the diplomatic solution here. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe you could help us get that factory back? Probably not. Shit, just let them go. Good decision. Alright. Alright, thanks for the help. You should talk to Lucas at the factory. Alright, so I get the feeling these guys are busy... yeah, they're scavenging the factory ruins, and this Lucas might present an alternative to our problem here. I'm going to talk to Kogan one more time, then I'll take a quick look at the factory, and then we'll call it. We won't solve every problem with violence, just most problems. Alright. Hey, Kogan. Solve your problem. Lucas's men robbed Trayvon's men and left town. They were talking about some kind of decoder. I didn't expect this from Lucas. His clan had a reputation for being a small but tough team. If he decides to go against me, he'll have to pay dearly for it. I had some questions about this Lucas thing. Why are the clans so bitter against each other? The ruins have almost been picked clean, making it difficult for the scavengers to survive. Previously, the clans got along well. There was enough for everyone. Now they've become fierce competitors. What's the story with the decoder? A rare device for hacking electronic systems. I ordered a decoder for a large sum of caps through the southern caravans, and gave it to the Trayvon clan to open the old plant. This is the only place we couldn't get to because of the damn security system. Looks like Lucas has decided to beat us all to the prize. Why was it necessary to divide the scavengers into clans? They wanted it themselves. People need authority. That's how their thinking works. I don't care who gets the orders. The main thing is that they obey and they don't create problems. Alright, enough about them. Right. Anything else I can do to help? Old Lucas made an unforgivable mistake. It damaged my reputation, and more importantly, ruined my plans. But that's not the point right now. I'll deal with it later. Right now I need some special radio parts from the factory, and I need them as soon as possible. Can you get them? Alright, let's do it. No harm in greasing the wheels a little bit around here now that I've established I can defend myself. That said, we are taking a beating. We're going to need to heal at some point. The food items we've got seem to heal. But we've only got so many of them. Oh. Doggo's got to be careful. Whole lot of radioactive waste. It's possible that the factory isn't actually in the town area, but is further afield. Son of a bitch. Alright. Alright. Oh, bugger. Is the whole pack gonna come this way? Here we go. Damn it. Alright. Fuck it, go for the head. Ow! Fuck me. Oh, god damn. Okay. We're almost dead. Shit. Okay. We're literally gonna die to fucking dogs. Alright. Hang in there, Carlito. Running out of room here. There we go. The alpha's down.
Dagoth welcomes you, Nerevar, my old friend.
Hey! Thanks for the follow. I appreciate that. Yep. The dogs mean business. Alright, come on. Damn it. Hey, alright. Almost got her. Oof. Oh, man. Last hit point. Oh. Can you feel the intensity of this epic struggle? There we go. Hell yeah. And that was enough to level me up. Kick ass. Our first perk. You always remember your first time. Alright. Data displays the conditions that contribute to solving a particular issue. So I think this lets you measure the precise skills you'll need to solve something. Sonoran expert. Huh. Alright. You thoroughly studied the geography of the Sonoran Desert, lifts the fog of war on the entire world map, revealing all accessible locations. Nice, nice. Let's see. Tempting, but I usually go with... Let's see. Awareness is usually a good one. Quick Pockets helps. In fact, yeah, I think I'll do Quick Pockets to start with. It's a good general purpose perk that helps in a lot of situations. Hey, we got raiders. The undrafted. Hey, welcome to the channel. Just playing some Fallout Sonora tonight. Welcome, everyone. We'll actually be wrapping up shortly, but go ahead and settle in. Ah, shit. And we're going to be chased out of the map by dogs. Hey, Psycho Queen 6913, welcome. Oh, man. So how's it going tonight? What were you playing? Oh, goddamn. Dogs everywhere. Shit. Okay, something tells me that we're probably not going to find the factory in the town map. I think we might actually have to go into the world map for that. I hope so, at least. We're getting our shit pushed in here. We might have to actually trade at the bar to get a stim pack or two. Still haven't found a merchant here yet. Fallout 2 using the restoration patch. Hell yeah! Yeah, I just finished a replay of that myself with the RP. Excellent work on that. That's no K9, it's more like K19, yeah. Oh, man. Alright, we do got a doctor's bag. We've got basically... we got a few things we can trade with. Now, is Larry going to be here? Oh, for fuck's sake, Larry. This dude was waiting for me. Okay, he's almost dead. You know what? We finish this here. There. Problem solved. You happy, Larry? Are you happy with your life choices? Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's going good. Yeah, we are playing Sonora. This is my first time going through it. I'm really liking it so far. They put a lot of work into the little things that make it feel more like a distinct experience. Alright. Or like death choices, yeah. I looted the body when I knocked him unconscious the first time. Alright. You know what? It is blasphemy, but I'll sell some of this ammo. We're not going to be getting a rifle for some time, I feel like. Sell some ammo, sell some food. And... we'll say, what is that, 45? Nice. Yeah, this is using the... Oh, what was the look of it? Or what was the name of it? It is using the extended release mod. So I imagine that adds a lot of quality of life changes on top of what Sonora does. Alright. Ooh, I needed that. Alright. I think we will call it there. We are at the hour-and-a-half mark. This is a good starting point to the adventure. But yeah, I really like this so far. I highly recommend it. They do some really, really good... they've made some really impressive improvements to the way a classic Fallout game plays, in addition to creating a whole-ass new Fallout adventure. And that is an impressive achievement. Like, this is as polished as any retail product I've played, and I'm looking forward to seeing where else they go with it. What's the flavor of the conflict happening that we've been drawn into. It's really cool. I'm liking it a lot. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks again for the raid, The Undrafted. Welcome to all new viewers. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time.